Hi everyone and welcome to The Urban Investor, where I track my single income, family of four's journey to FIRE, financial independence, retire early. In this video, I will review my December net worth, breaking down all my assets and liabilities, the month-on-month movement, as well as how I am tracking against my FIRE number. Please do check out my last video where I review my total portfolio, how my net worth has changed since the start of the year, detailing all the highs and lows, so please check this out. So what is my current net worth? Before I do the reveal, let's recap how we calculate our net worth figure. So net worth is calculated as your assets minus your liabilities. It's simply what you own minus what you owe. Here are some examples of some assets such as gold, property and cash. For the purposes of my calculation, I'm only including big ticket items and will exclude anything below £1,000. This rules out my laptop, iPads, phones and a small amount of cryptocurrency that I own. The whole point of this is to really keep the math simple, so I'm not going to really track the value of these smaller items as it's not really going to make a massive material difference. So let's take a look at my December net worth. Remember, this is just a snapshot at a point in time, so no doubt the figures will change tomorrow. What is more important than the figure itself is the trend. This really gives you an idea of how well you've saved, how your investments have grown hopefully over time, and importantly, whether you are on track or need to tweak something. As always, let's jump into the tiles to see what's happened this month. I am delighted to see my net worth grow another 7.5%, which is 12k in absolute terms, and ending on a year-end figure of 168,000, which is again an absolute gain over 12 months of £90,000. This is a crazy figure. So what has driven this month-on-month growth? So drilling into the detail, we can see my assets are heavily skewed towards my property, which accounts for 91% of my total. I'm super pleased this has fallen 1% from last month, which means my index fund is continuing to grow at pace to hopefully balance out my portfolio. The UK property market continues to thrive as my property valuation grew by an additional 6k this month, having been valued at 479k last month. It's nice to see that I am in the green, particularly because I bought the property in 2018 amongst all the Brexit uncertainty. At the time, all of the headlines were do not buy, it's uncertain, the price is going to continue to fall, etc, etc. My pension fund continues to rocket, and you can see the arrow showing the point of the coronavirus crash. Financially, this was the best thing that happened to me, as it was a real wake-up call, and it meant I increased my monthly contributions to 22% of my income, and this is shown by the green shaded area, and you can see it curving up since the crash. Also, you can see the purple line, which is investment growth, really pick up since the crash. Again, this was due to me taking action as a result of the crash and switching my fund from a low risk bond and gilts to having exposure to equities and taking more risk. Now all the Wall Street gurus are saying there's going to be an impending crash in 2021, so we will see if I can maintain these stellar results. For me, it's going to hold no bearing. I'm saving for the long run and I'll continue to save every month and add to this investment fund. Finally, I have no real cash or emergency fund, as at the minute I am aggressively tackling my short-term debt, and you'll see this in the next tile. Therefore, in summary, my assets grew to £532,000. So moving on to liabilities, I have shown my long-term debt in the bars, currently just my mortgage, and the scale for this is to the left. Again, I am very pleased to continue to slowly chip away at this mammoth balance, and happy that I have an overpayment each month that goes out at the start of every month to not only accelerate the reduction, but stops me from spending on other things as the money goes out pretty much instantly. So the various lines on the graph show all my short-term debts, and the scale for this is to the right. You can see the main month-on-month chain is the silver line, which is my credit card debt. This is where I continue to aggressively tackle and make substantial payments of greater than £1,000 each month. I've been doing this since the second half of the year, and I'm really hoping in 2021 this debt completely goes away and I will never use my credit card again, touch wood. This means my long-term debts stand at £347,842 and short-term debts falling to £16,744, which is a stellar end to the year given my short-term debts totaled over 38,000 at the start of the year. So let's see how these assets and liability changes have impacted my net worth. It's been a very tough year, but I'm extremely pleased to see my net worth projections on this chart. The bar shows my net worth value and the line shows the month-for-month change. In a COVID year, I never thought my net worth would grow over 100% to the current value it is at the minute, 168k. After 3 months of double-digit growth between August and October, the month-for-month growth has come back to a more normalised growth rate. Nonetheless, it's another stellar performance driven by property valuation increases, continuing to see index fund growth and my aggressive approach to my debt. Next, you can see my net worth milestones, which I like to keep a track of because it really helps me stay motivated and disciplined. There's not really much of a change from last month, but it's still nice to break up my f.i.r.e figure of 1.5 million into small sizable chunks. This makes that mammoth target less daunting and keeps me focused. I mean, I'm only 33% away from reaching my next milestone of £250,000. I've also put dates to the right when I first hit these milestones because it really shows me that I am moving towards the right direction, and it highlights that results do take time, but the most important thing is sticking to it, and consistency is key. Finally, and probably most importantly, is my progress to f.i.r.e. Currently I am 11% into my target, which is a 1% increase from last month. From 2021 I'll add in my in-year target, so again I can break this massive target into more bite-sized pieces and hopefully help me stay on target and motivated. So there you have it, my December net worth. What do you guys think? Are you tracking your own net worth? Let me know in the comments below. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to follow my f.i.r.e journey. I've also set up an Instagram page where I'll be sharing more regular updates, so please check me out there as well. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video.